messages. That means you made it past the barrier. This might be bad news if you liked where you came from, but otherwise, maybe congratulations. Try and keep a spare ticket on yourself if possible. It won't get you home, but it can get you out of places. Welcome to the spaces between, the inter-sea zones. Find a spot at the hole in their wall. A place that peers into a gargantuan lounge bar. An ancient spirit sings songs that can take weeks to perform. When the lights dim, you can see a countless amount of other holes in the walls. There is speculation that the beauty of their songs attract all realities to a single vertex. I know a lot of the music is lost on me, but if you want to hear it yourself, find a spot and chase those horizons. Atop, the Amber Aquarium. A major thoroughfare and historic site all trapped in amber. Slikes cut straight through it. But it reconstitutes itself over time. Prehistoric sea life is still active down there, just moving very slowly. It is a glimpse into an active past. As a general rule, it's best to keep moving and chase those horizons. Within an abnormal permanent storm resides the spire's nest. A large tower constructed to keep the storm from roaming. Interference prevents any electric devices from working here, so you have to climb inside the 1.2 kilometer tower to reach the top. I don't know what language is written in these books. This place was probably designed for one person. Because that toilet location is insane. Could the world forget us here? The Aloren do not sleep. They turn inside to their spirit garden. A plant-like species that manually adjusts their form each night. Repairing injuries, expanding their size, and curating their thoughts and memories. Some are the wisest creatures, acknowledging their flaws and growing kind, while some rewrite their own narratives constantly and never grow. Careful if you wander into one in the moonlight, because if you stay too long, you may be absorbed into their memories. Follow the path above the clouds to Luna's Peak. The pilgrimage will take more than a day, but once you're above the clouds, you'll see the syzygy, and there you will find the Witch's Tailgate Party. They're usually very welcoming, but I don't recommend any potions they offer. They wouldn't give you anything they wouldn't drink themselves. It's just, that's a pretty low bar. But if you need to yell at some planets, follow the path above the clouds. It's cold. The fallen world. Everything is dead. A demiurge laments the world they failed, existing amongst the decaying remnants. If you ask, it will help you leave. But don't try to comfort or help them, and definitely do not offer it advice. Because you'll never see it again. Let it mourn. It's cold. It's all fine. Hot Dog Clown Town. A place that will activate every fight or flight reflex in your body. But it's just hot dogs. Calm down. You probably don't want to stay too long, but there is nothing wrong with this place. They're good hot dogs. There's an arcade. It's somewhere to build. The heart of paradise. A humid and tropical place, infused with the technology that floats onto its shores. Devices that once were, or have never been. It feels like a force is calling it all here. The deeper you go, the lower the streets get. Well, I don't know who started this town. It's somewhere to build. The galaxy's waiting room. Bittersweet twilight. When these creatures die, they remain tethered to their world, so they can continue to observe the living. Some wait for loved ones to join them, like a soulmate, or maybe a repeating chain of generations are standing by. A lot are down for a chat, meandering in a way that someone with unlimited time has. But for some, there is no delay to cut themselves from all they know, and leaving that part behind, and to see what is beyond. The galaxy's waiting room. You never have to wait long for a ride. At Central Station. If you find yourself on the Green Line, crossing the calm ocean, take a break here. There is something protecting this place. The vending machines are always stocked, and you can send one postcard in this mailbox to any person at any point in time. Will this mess up the timeline? Yeah. You never have to wait long for a ride. Okay. It's the rooms out the back. There have been many conflicting stories about this place. The biggest misconception is that there are consistent rules. It's a glitched out non-Euclidean area like a repeating error. Reminiscence of an evocation of a recollection. Unknown if this was influenced by the world or the world is influenced by this place. If this place has an agenda, it doesn't involve you. Just keep moving and you'll get kicked out. Try not to have a pattern when picking paths. And while the chances of finding an entity stuck here is very low, if you do, just remember, you're also an entity. Okay. Foggy breakwater. A few trawlers navigate this manufactured ocean, feeding fish into unmanned abattoirs. The captains cannot understand a world outside of this system. The meat is processed and sent along gondolas towards the center. Because if they don't, there would be no major light source. And when the fog clears, you can see all the way to the other side of the interior of the sphere. A closed designed ecosystem that offers no answers. In the folds of reality is Gubin's Landing. A long time ago, a psychonaut's escape pod crashed here. It fabricates food, water, and even atmosphere for most creatures. The beacon can be used to send out a rescue message, and Gubin was picked up within a few weeks. Since then, this has been used by others that fall into this space. Random objects can get caught here too, if you wanted to scavenge and explore. Those large spore creatures avoid you. So if you get stuck here, send an SOS, sign the guest book, and enjoy the downtime. Because most people are rescued. In the folds of reality. Always head inside. The basement blaster bunker. One of the safest places I have ever found. The structure is high-tech with a med bay, private bunks, and bathrooms. There's no information about who built this place, but their design choices give away something about themselves. Vinyl wood paneling, IKEA furniture, a library that focuses on early 2000 comedies on Blu-ray. There is some automatic hydroponic farm going on, but I cannot imagine getting through the stockpile of frozen meals and the soda fountain. The half-pipe was definitely an interesting choice of space, but there is no place I would rather be to wait it out. And because the entrance to this place only appears before disaster, always head inside. Never stay too long. At the archive. This place will allow you to look into your own memories. A useful way to remind yourself of another time in your life. But it can be very dangerous. There are two main exit points. After you watch the memory you are looking for, or when you watch up to the point you enter the archive. If you loop after that, it is not likely that you will be leaving. And then your memories begin to distort. Never stay too long. It ain't for everyone. The cest beludge. Downriver from what feels like everything. The air is thick and stinks of sulfur. Your eyes sting, throat burns. No one will come here looking for you, and yet life is still drawn here. Existence itself becomes a form of expression, away from judgment. Maybe a place to stew. Maybe a place to burn back a few layers. It ain't for everyone. Flow with the community. At the Cosmic Baby Convoy. The gravity here is really low, but your position stays relative to the cosmic baby, keeping you in its orbit without a force pulling you closer. Even without one of the ships, it doesn't take much to launch yourself off the ground and float nearby. If you can make it to Crown City, you will find conflicting ideologies on why they are here. But you will need to stay near the ground if you are looking for an exit. Just don't venture too far, because obviously reality only forms around the baby. It's somewhere to get lost. The Laundromat tunnels. Deep within connecting burrows of washing, coffee and ciggy machines, you'll find alcoves of looping images and sound.
Where are you going?
No way to determine if it's a recursive daydream, a lost thought, or just noise. The same tiles, hallways, and layouts repeat. Dilapidation is the only way to know which way you are going. There are claims that there is code in the vandalism to help navigate between gateways. I haven't figured it out. There is always a bunch of DJs down here too.
Hidden salvage hat.
It's somewhere to get lost. It happens. The pit. Sometimes unavoidable. You may not even remember how you got here. A crushing weight holding you at the bottom. You can feel indifferent eyes watching you. It's tempting to want to stay down here. A weighted blanket holding you in place. But the only way out is to climb. And it's easier the second time. It happens. Catch a lift. You can ride for free. This was done in exchange to allow the cargo train to run through different zones. Check in with the main desk and get a room key. There are suites, bars, chef bots, and bathhouses. Welcome to the observation deck. I'm not even sure the original creators still exist considering how run down some of the spots look. But everything seems to work. There aren't usually many other passengers, because this train only goes in one direction. So collect yourself whether you are running or exploring, because it will be difficult to make your way back from here. But how else will you find my map?